You are listening to Left Brain.
Ever wondered what it takes to build a car powered by hydrogen and drive it straight to victory? In this episode, we go beyond the racetrack and into the minds of the unstoppable team that just conquered the H2GP. Get ready for unexpected twists, high pressure moments, and the science that made it all possible.
Alright, buckle up folks. Today's episode is going to be a wild ride. We got a true speed demon, the driver, representing the team. Not only did they crush the competition at the H2GP, but they did it in style, snagging third place in endurance and first place in energy. And get this, during 4 hours, they powered 349 laps, which is no small feat. Without much further ado, we hear it straight from the source to share their journey and motivate other students to participate.
Hello everyone, I'm Jana Vashan. I'm a proud member of Team Hydrohawks. This team consists of the team captain Jay Mutran, co-driver Kirtan, and the pit crew Pranav and Jyotish.
And Janavashan, when you first heard about the H2GP race, what went through your mind?
Well, the moment I got that opportunity, I felt that, the world was expanding. When you think about it, hydrogen is an evolving fuel. So when you get the opportunity to work with rising technology, it's something, it gives you a type of feeling where you are, building the future. We are fueling we're fueling the tomorrow, and that, is very interesting to get hands-on experience. So as the Hydrogen Grand Prix by itself, it's not just about using hydrogen fuel, it's also building a car that's durable and it can handle 4 hours of non-stop racing. So even though it's like a new experience for us as a team, I still believe that even after going to the race, getting all that experience, it's still something new that we can still experience. And I think that's a wonderful thing for students of our age, and I would encourage all the students in our school and everywhere to participate in these events that give you a new insight on what the future is all about.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And how did your team prepare for the challenge, both on a technical and mental mind?
So when you look at it in that way, our team had 6 months of practice. The moment we got the car, we actually put it together. We went through all the wiring, we understood all the components, which is very important. Basically, we had the motor, the chassis, and then when it comes to the real part, the hydrogen cell, it was wonderful learning about how it works and the new technology that's evolving. And from that point onwards, after the assembly of the kit and the car, we went further for practice. So it's not like we understood what our strengths were at the beginning. So we went through a lot of rigorous training over these 6 months. So to identify who the driver is going to be, identify who the pit crew is going to be. So everybody got that chance in both racing and doing pit stop. And finally, we got a team that understood what their job was and who was good at it and who was good at certain aspects of it. It should be like the driver has a certain job, and that job should be carried out throughout the 4 hours. And at the same time, even when there's help needed in the pit stop or in the pit crew, they should be able to, carry out that process without any fail. So it's an amazing part of our journey, that 6 months where all of us got, together to become a team that understands each and every one and our strengths and weaknesses. So it was actually amazing getting this team and the formation of the positions of all of us.
Yeah, and just another small question. Races don't always go as planned, we always know that. Did you face any last minute issues or unexpected repairs during the race? If so, how did you manage to fix things on the fly?
As you know, as you said, races don't always go to plan. Yes. So at the beginning, we were very confident that we could, get that pole position, first place. But as we progressed through the race, as we went from 9th position, I believe, to 3rd place, we had a small technical failure. That was the transponder getting loose. So that means that we lost about 10 to 20 laps just because of that small component. And then as we further progressed, we actually had a very big crash at a certain point at the 2-hour mark. So that caused the soldering that connected the entire car. It just went apart. That meant that the car would suddenly stop for no reason. And we didn't identify it immediately, but once we get around that problem, when we kept on coming back to the pit stop, we figured out that this is a big problem and we can't continue on. So we just went through, fact checked everything. We understood the problem, which was the soldering going away. So we had to, that was very pressurizing, knowing that the soldering to the main part of the car was away and the car would no longer function. That was very hard. So we had to immediately do the soldering, do everything again, and that took out a fair 25 minutes of the entire race, and that caused us to go all the way back to 5th place, and that was very hard on the drivers, especially me and Kirtan. So that was a very hard part, and the main thing is that we stayed calm even though that 25 minutes is gone. We're happy that we didn't waste more time thinking about why the car isn't running, and we got down to the problem and fixed it up, so that even though we got 5th place, we slowly but surely got back to 3rd place, and that's how we handled our problem. And yeah.
And Janavashan, you know that there is a balance in things in life, so similarly, how did you manage the balance between pushing the limits of the car's performance and staying with safety boundaries? Was there ever a point where it was tempting to take risks?
Well, when you see it that way, there is a lot of things to balance when it comes to endurance racing. It takes a lot of thinking about fuel, a lot of thinking about the overall durability of the car, and a lot of different things that come into play when it comes to endurance racing. So I think the one thing that we should have done less, or something that we shouldn't have done more, the risk we shouldn't have taken, is the practice we've put into. Of course, practice makes a man perfect, but it always doesn't mean that rigorous practice is always the best way to become perfect. Because due to that rigorous practice, we had to, had a lot of crashes just during practice, and that, it reduces the durability of the car by a lot. So during the practice times, we also had the degradation of the fuel cell membrane. That caused a lot of problems within the endurance part of the thing, because that degradation could have caused a lot of problems if we weren't safe. So when it comes to the race, of course, because all of this rigorous practice, we had to go on the safer side, because as you know, our car is already damaged from all that practice. So when you take into consideration of all of these things, safety was the best way we had to play, and that caused a lot of saves from crashes throughout the race and other things. So we were very tempted to go all out with 120% of the car's power to get first place, but that's not the right call when it comes to endurance, and that's a lot of thinking that comes into taking risks. So taking risks is a good thing at the right point, but it's not good for all the parts of the race. So that's what I would say is the main thing to take away from endurance. Risks are something you should take, but safety is something that you should manage and completely do throughout the race to ensure that your car is still on the track and can keep on running.
And just as you said, risks are truly inevitable things and are a part of life. What would you say was the biggest takeaway from participating in the H2GP?
Jonathan, I think my team captain would have a better perspective to answer that question.
Alright, and there you have it. As Janavashan said, 6 months of hard work and rigorous training cannot be covered in just 6 minutes or 10 minutes of a podcast. And with this, folks, I would like to end this podcast. This is your host, Jonathan, signing off from this. Before signing off, all I would like to say is this was a wonderful experience and a wonderful talk, Janavashan. Looking forward to talking to Jay Mithran, the team captain of Hydrohawks. Until then, stay tuned to Left Brain.
You are listening to The Left Brain, a podcast by the students of SRMPS.